welcome to another DuckTales 2017 review. I'm John Barry, and today I'm reviewing the 6th episode of the second season, which is the Christmas episode for this season. The episode's title being Last Christmas. So this it was definitely a different episode, but you gotta throw in time travel in, of course. Though a very good family-centric theme, and just a Christmas theme in general, but it's very heartwarming. It's a very good episode. Now they changed up the theme song for the for this Christmas episode, and I just want to say it's not as fast-paced, which I like, but it was almost too slow-paced. If that makes sense? I feel like they could have made it a bit more, the tempo a bit quicker, I don't know. Just like one or two small things. But the song they had for the ending credits was beautiful, it really was. And of course, this episode, as I said, involves time travel, involves the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, So it's a good old Christmas episode, but it's just kind of funny how Scrooge only pretends to hate Christmas so he can spend time with the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. To essentially take a break from everything else, which is just so neat. And there's so much. I could really easily get into spoiler territory in this episode, talking about it, like serious spoilers, not just mild, but serious, like series long plot, that kind of spoiling. So if you have not watched this episode yet, please do so. It is actually a very good episode. If you haven't watched it yet, why haven't you? It is an excellent episode. And it came out December 1st, if I'm correct, which is a good day for me. But besides that, I've given my spoiler warning, and before I go too much farther, let's actually do what I always do at this point in the video. If you find yourself enjoying the review at any time, please leave a like. Also, to stay up to date on all my non-YouTube stuff, consider following me on Twitter or Facebook. You can also check out my website. Links are in the description. And my question for you today is, what did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments. And before I get back, I just want to remind you that I am still taking questions for my Q&A to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not yet decided to ask me a question, or if you have not seen that Q&A announcement video, it will be linked in the cards and in the description, so be sure to go and check that out. That way you can decide what kind of question you want to ask me. I really want to build up as many questions as possible for when I create that video. But now let's actually get back to the rest of this review as a whole. So, there's of course, I wouldn't say there's too much of an A or B plot, but there is an A and B plot, but they intersect in such a unique, it's such a unique way. And it all has to do with time travel, which is just awesome. And how they do the time travel is here, it's not like Scrooge meets his past self, literally, Scrooge says, "Hello, young me," and then the younger Scrooge says, "Hello, old me," or older me, something like that. Like, totally unfazed by seeing a time-traveling version. And that's not the only time we get to see this. I'm going to wait a few more seconds. I want you to talk more about the Scrooge side of the story. And the Ghost of Christmas Past has he doesn't like it when the people he helps or the people he comes to know just go off by themselves and don't celebrate Christmas with the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future anymore, which is just crazy. And gets really mad at Scrooge, and so Scrooge ends up tricking him so Scrooge can get back to the present, and that's where we intersect the plot with Dewey. And yeah, and that is just a very emotional story too. So yeah, and we get going back in time, we get to see that that the Beagle Boys, were a gang all the way back when Scrooge, was starting out, and not so much starting out, but like when he started his company, and it's just kind of hilarious, and it's like an older generation of bigger boys, which is just neat. Kind of reminds me a little bit more of the what's the word I'm looking for? Of the original DuckTales television series portrayal of the bigger boys. And then we really should talk about Dewey's story in here, which is really the most emotional story in all. So he is not hanging out with the family. And he's kind of down. He's missing his mother, who he never knew, but got to learn a lot more about his mother, Della Duck. Picture, and just kind of glum and sad. Donald tries to cheer him up. Doesn't work too well. And then then he sees, his window accidentally closes, so he goes and figures out and sees Scrooge about to go time traveling with the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. And I knew he was going, and I just knew instinctively that he was going to hitch a ride, which he does, but he falls off. He gets to another point, and he walks into McDuck Manor, and he finds his Uncle Donald, younger, more like his age. And of course, and apparently Uncle Donald, whatever year, and this, how many years ago that time travel scene was set, was in an emo phase. And when I heard his voice, I was like, that voice is so familiar. And it took me a while, but I realized, that's very similar to the voices that the triplets had in the original DuckTales series. Very similar. It's some differences. You got Donald's, I would say almost a I can't even say it. Lisp. I would say that's kind of what Donald has. And with that little trait of Donald's speech, but with clearly a voice very similar to how the triplets sounded in the original DuckTales series from, I believe it was the 80s. But that voice is so familiar. And then it really dawned on me. So in this episode, as you might be able to infer, Dewey gets to meet his mother, young. And Dewey's mother, really her persona, her personality reminds me very much of Webby. Kind of the more tomboy girl, very adventurous, that kind of thing. Which is just kind of interesting. But you got, and of course, that age. And of course, at the very end of the episode, we get to see, another scene with Della Duck up on the moon. Again, how is she breathing? I don't know. She doesn't have any spacesuits on, so who knows? But we discover that she is repairing her ship, so she's planning on getting back. So it may be that she just surprises them all. Oh, and of course, I should say that Dewey, said that he was the 15th cut, some real familiar relationship that makes no sense. And Donald made the comment initially, when Dewey first said it, that this family is strange or something like that. But when Dewey tells that again to Della, she says, no, you're a time traveling relative or something like that, because Dewey hugs Della, because he's never had a chance to hug his mom before at any age. So it's very heartwarming, but how Donald and Della, the idea of him being a time traveling relative was totally they were totally unfazed by that concept. And they said that's only the fourth weirdest thing that happened this year, which is just hilarious. It's how the Duck family is just used to abnormality, totally. But yeah, there's lots of good traditional Christmas theming. It does not, it's just a very good episode. I feel like I want to rewatch it again as soon as I finish my review. It was just a good episode. There's some funniness, And I should talk about a little more about what's going on with Scrooge, because in the episode, the Ghost of Christmas Past is essentially obsessed with spending Christmas with Scrooge and doesn't want Scrooge's family to get in that way, or the other ghosts of Christmas, but it seemed like, and he essentially takes Scrooge all the way back to Scrooge's very first Christmas in Duckburg, and essentially wants to have Christmas there practically forever, away from everyone. And apparently Scrooge himself is not there. The younger Scrooge. No clue where he is. I have no idea. I wish I knew. But it's just kind of, and then of course Scrooge tricks him and Scrooge goes into the future. He sees Dewey, and yeah, into that, and of course, so into that time period where Dewey was. So, and Della and Donald go inside to talk to their time's Uncle Scrooge. Who knows what happens when they come out and time travel or something like that. Who knows? And then should mention that there was a creature in that time, a Wendigo or something like that. That's somehow not. Is always it's a creature that's obsessed with something, and of course it's the Ghost of Christmas Past who's obsessed with Scrooge. And it's like, and Donald, Della, and Dewey, like when they heard that that creature was obsessed with Scrooge before the older Scrooge arrived at that time, so they're like, of course, like the idea of a magical creature being obsessed with Scrooge and mad at Scrooge, like it's totally, they just roll their eyes at it like it's like nothing, which is just hilarious. But and of course older Scrooge makes amends with the Ghost of Christmas Past. It's just so interesting. Oh, I should also talk about how the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future met Scrooge. They went to the wrong Scrooge. So obviously we're going to go to Ebenezer Scrooge from Charles Dickens. That's the implication. And they accidentally visited Scrooge McDuck, which is just funny. And they just tangentially reference the Dickens Scrooge character, which is just really awesome that they did that. So yeah, there's probably so much more, but in all honesty, as I said multiple times already, this is a very good episode, and I honestly mean it. It is a good episode. If you have not watched it yet and you've at this point of view, why haven't you? So yeah, so now I am officially caught up with all the DuckTales episodes, since this is coming out the Wednesday after the episode has aired, and not a week, 2, or even 3 weeks like I've been doing recently, which I do apologize for. I believe this might be a mid-series break episode. It seems like the Christmas episode is always a good place to do it. If there's another one, I will review it. If there's not, I'll just be waiting for the next episode. I'll just be waiting for the next episode. I honestly don't know for sure, so we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, as I've said at the start of the video. To stay up to date on all my videos, Star Wars, Star Trek, Disney, DuckTales of course, please subscribe to the channel, and you can ring the bell, because that's the only way YouTube knows you actually want to receive notifications. Also feel free to share my channel with others. It really does help the channel to grow. Also, if you have not considered supporting me on Patreon, why not you go to Patreon and give it a look. You can look at my reward tiers, but this is what I give all my patrons: bloopers, scripts, and additional cut content. And also, you will get a written response for Q&A questions as well. Now this video, it has been unscripted, so there won't be any bloopers or cut content, or there could be a 1 or 2 cut content, probably not, but I'll have something up. It may not be related to this video, but I try to get at least once a week some special cut content coming up. So, semester zone was over for me, so I'll be writing lots of scripts over winter break, so that way I have them all prepared for next semester when I get busy again. Well, as I said, thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Merry Christmas.